Hi English 0999 friends. This is a video to guide you through both the syllabus and the early schedule for our semester. This will get you through January and February. Since this is a totally online course, I wanted to post a video to guide you through this and to give you some idea of how we're going to make progress. The first and most obvious thing is here in D2L, you can see I haven't broken things down day by day. I've broken them down week by week, beginning with the week of January 11th and guiding us through all the way into early May when the semester ends. That's because this class is really, it's not going to be on like a hard and fast time schedule, except in the sense that if you go into the week, we've got a short writing assignment that's due every Friday. You can see the first one is due Friday the 15th. But those assignments are all basically short paragraphs. What my real expectation, especially early in the semester for you guys, is that you read a short article like the first, and they all say when you click on the week, it'll say reading, how to get the most out of college. And then the writing assignment asks you to respond to what you've read. That's really just to get you, in addition to whatever reading and writing you were doing in your 1101 class, especially at the beginning of the semester, to get you doing a little bit of reading and then directly responding to it. And so what I want to do is jump over to and go through the syllabus and then go through the basic schedule so that you'll see a little bit more information about what those readings and responses will look like. First of all, I'm going to jump over to the syllabus because it covers some more general guidelines. Here, English 099, support for English composition. This class falls under the learning support. My expectation is that the first half of the semester, something like January and February, is going to be more learning, and the second half of the semester, March and April, is going to be more support, where you're going to start having stuff due in your writing assignments due in your English 1101 classes and maybe even other classes. And my main goal as we get deeper into the semester is more to shift more into support and tutorial and reading and responding and helping you to be sure that you succeed in the credit level 1101 classes. For those of you who don't know me, if you need the CRN number for this class, it's 21390. For those of you who don't know me, I am Jake Sullins. I've been at the college for about 12, 13 years. My office is in Cartersville, A333, up on the top floor of the A building, the oldest building on campus. I'm in there. If you need to see me face-to-face, I'm in there Mondays and Tuesdays and Thursdays. You might sometimes hear some noise in the background. That's my little girl. She's 7 months old, so she's a little bit wild when she's downstairs playing. The basic description for this class, the Learning Support course provides co-requisite support. Co-requisite, you're taking this class along with your credit level English. In reading and writing for students enrolled in English 1101, topics will parallel those being studied in English 1101. The parallel for us is a little bit harder because you guys are in several different English 1101 classes. You're probably not in my English 1101 class. So what we're going to have to do is be a little flexible in terms of how I can best support you and help you. And in fact, one of the things I want you to do the first week of class, and I will post this in an announcement in D2L too, but I want you guys to email me a copy of your syllabus so that I have an idea of every student's due dates and schedules, so that I have an idea of when you guys have stuff due, so that I can support you and check in with you. This is a composition course focusing on skills required for effective writing. A lot of the stuff that's on the syllabus, the activities we're going to do, especially January and February, are focused on skills. Sentence structure, paragraph structure, paper structure, like basic writing skills. For effective writing in a variety of contexts with emphasis on exposition, analysis, and argumentation. Most of the time in English 1101, those are the three kinds of writing you do. And often in college overall, those are the kinds of writing you're going to do. Exposition, which is this sort of who, what, when, where. Writing, this sort of narrative and description. Analysis, which is this more oriented towards how did this happen, how does this work, those kinds of analytical questions. And then argumentation, which is often oriented towards why. Why did this happen? Why should I agree with you? Why should we take this course of action? Those kinds of things. And including introductory use of a variety of research skills. If we need to get into research skills, we were. We will. I don't have specific ideas for that right now, but in a lot of English 1101 classes, you're going to be doing some kind of introductory research assignment, a paper, a paragraph, something, and we'll support that however we need to, however we can. You can see there's some student learning outcomes, and there's a link to the learning support rules and regulations too if you've got questions about that. The most important learning support rule and regulation is, or the one that comes up and causes problems most often is, since this is a co-requisite class that you're taking with English 1101, if you drop this class, you'll be kicked out of, I don't want to say kicked out is not the right way to say it. The system will kick you out of English 1101 too, sooner or later. It may take a few days, it may take a month, but you can't drop one without the other. They go together. And so to succeed in both is the ideal for you to succeed in this class and succeed in the 1101 class. English 0999, as I've already said, serves the dual purpose of supporting and illuminating the skills of English 1101. More than anything, the most important thing I can do and that we can do together in this class is make sure you succeed in English 1101. While also strengthening your reading and writing competencies. Again, that falls under every week we're going to do a short reading and you'll write a little response to it. Students will complete graded activities and assignments that correspond to the instruction in 1101. Really, to me, in some level, this is a fitness class, and I'm just trying to make you as fit as possible, as strong as possible, to succeed in 1101 and to succeed in all the writing you're going to do in college going forward. Assignments will include some work in each of the following categories. Reflective writing to some of the work you're doing in 1101. I may ask you to talk to me about something you're doing in 1101 or think about how you succeeded in something that you've done or ways you could be stronger. 1101 reading, 1101 feedback, and tutorial center visits. One of the most important things you can do alongside being in this class, the support class, is going to the college's writing center. Shannon Harrington runs the college's writing center, and she does online visits, online appointments, and it is really important if there's a particular assignment that you feel like you need help with, that you make an appointment with them, and I can give you instructions and guidelines about how to do that and the contact information for the writing center. We're going to go over information about thesis statements, relevant grammar issues, grammar exercises and quizzes, vocabulary building exercises, some kind of reflection. Near the end of the semester, I'm going to ask you to write some kind of reflection about how you feel about your success in English 1101 and the connection between that and this class. There is no required textbook. I will frequently use the Harbrace Essentials book, but when I do use it, I will either post screenshots of it in D2L, or I will find some other way to show it to you, like I'll pull it up on the TV or projector or something in the classroom. That's another thing that's important to understand for this section is I'm teaching another section of English 0999 learning support for the English 1101 that I'm teaching this semester. And that class meets every Wednesday, and my plan right now is to film that class and either post it in our D2L so that you can see a face-to-face the things that we cover week by week, or to Zoom it so that you can watch it live and I'll record it and post it for you. So once a week you'll have some kind of live action thing happening too to supplement just the basic stuff that's in D2, the basic activities we're going through in D2L. That should be, if you're unsure what I'm talking about or unclear, that should be more clear to you as we get into the first week or two of the semester. And again, I'll share more information about that. I'll post an announcement once I get that set up more specifically. There is an attendance policy, but you're not attending class technically in the traditional way, so we're not going to worry about that. The grading system, the final grades that can be assigned in English 0999 are A, B, C, and F. There's this consideration that if you made a D, that counts as not succeeding, so it counts as a kind of fail. So you have to make an A, a B, or a C in this class, because satisfactory writing is basic to success in most college courses. Students that don't pass English 1101 and 0999 will be required to re-enroll in both the 1101 and the 0999 for a second semester. And you see there's a bunch of quirks. If you fail 1101 twice, you have to get remediation from Dr. Hershey, the Dean of the Humanities Department. The required materials, you need to be able to get into D2L. You shouldn't need to print anything for our class, especially since we're online. You will need a word processing program. I favored Microsoft Word, but students use all kinds of open access resources too. Nothing like that is a problem as long as you can send me an email with an attachment with like a doc or an RTF or something. That's the resource you really need. Academic honesty and integrity. If you plagiarize in this class, I'll be surprised because that's never happened in the past, at least not to me. And you will be on a basic level defeating the purpose of this class. Like, Micah, this is a support class. I'm here to support you. If you're pulling the support out from under yourself, I don't know what to tell you. If you need to communicate, if I need to communicate with you or you need to communicate with me outside the classroom, please use the Highland Student Outlook email. I don't use D2L email. I won't answer it. I won't ever send you anything in D2L email, and I won't answer it if you send me something because I just don't use it. It's not a user-friendly platform. So you can, if you have trouble and are struggling to remember to check your Highlands email, you can download the Outlook app on your phone, and then you'll see anything I send you. Most of the time, I'll share information with you via announcements in D2L, but sooner or later, you're going to need Outlook to turn in work to me. And when you submit work to me, like I said, send it through that system as an attachment, not as a shared document. That can be kind of confusing in the student email system because it will say attach, but then it will say use SharePoint, share saved documents with me. Please don't send me attachments. We're not going to meet for class, so you don't need to arrive on time unless you plan to attend the Zoom sessions every Wednesday, and I'll send you an invitation for those. But you don't need to worry. But if you don't want to be there, if you work every Wednesday afternoon, that's fine. I'll just share. I'll save those Zoom sessions, and you can watch them anytime. During class, and by during class I mean anytime that you have questions about writing-related matters or anything like that, please feel free to be in touch with me because no question about writing is forbidden or stupid. Because a seemingly obvious question or comment can end up being really useful. So I want us to have an environment, and an interaction where you feel free to ask anything, any concern, any problem that you have. The grade breakdown for this class, how we'll get to the final grade, the writing assignments, which are due every Friday, are 50% of the grade. The grammar and vocabulary exercises, 20% of the grade. Revision, the revisions I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you to revise some of your work for the 1101 class. That'll be 20%. And then the tutorial center visits and the reflection that you do, that'll be the final 10% of this class. It's a little bit flexible depending on how the semester plays out and what student needs are. So that it's not a hard and fast percentage, but that's where we're starting from. Then to jump back over to the schedule, you can see here the reading and assignment schedule. As I said, it's broken down by week, beginning with the week of January 11th, this week. And the syllabus review, which is what we're doing right now. The discussion of course requirements and 1101 enrollment. We just did that. I am asking you guys to email me a copy of your syllabus since you're not in my 1101 class. Please, as soon as you get done with this video, just send me a copy of your syllabus as an attachment in your email so that I'll know when you've got stuff due, what kind of stuff you're doing, and how I can best help and support you. What we're going to do this week, you will see that every week there's 2 or 3 little readings that I will go over on Wednesday during those Zoom sessions. There's a main reading, How to Get the Most Out of College, is the first one by Frank Bruni. And then there's a writing exercise that is due every Friday. The first one asks you to respond to how to get the most out of college. If you jump back over here and click in the week of January 11th, you can see the writing assignment. It asks you to read how to get the most out of college, then make a list of goals or outcomes you hope to achieve during your college experience. Once you read the article by Bruni, this will make more experience. Either at your goals, either at Highlands or your four-year degree goals, but your sort of vision for success and what you think that's going to look like. Write a list as a few sentences, maybe 5 to 7 sentences, and email that to me at my jsullins@highlands.edu in the body of an email message. Give the email subject line as my college goals, and that's going to be due Friday before noon, Friday, January 15th before noon. And if you look as we go, I've already got everything for January and February plugged in here. Every Friday you'll have a short writing assignment like that due. Every week we'll have a few pieces of information, like skills oriented towards teaching you various skills about writing, and then a basic reading. Like in this case, the reading is the history of the word woman from the Grammar Girl website, and then the writing assignment asks you to teach me about a word that's important to you. The writing assignment here, the reading is a writer named Kiesi Lehman talks about how the pandemic has affected, the COVID-19 pandemic is affecting him, and then this assignment for the week of February 8th asks you to teach me about some specific way that it's affected you. So you can see that every Friday you'll have like a small paragraph due responding to the reading that I'm asking you to do. Hopefully that helps you. And as you can see right on here, in both in D2L and in the reading and assignment schedule, I've only got us through February because, like I said, my hope is that the course shifts more towards support once we get into March and April. And so I'm sort of backing off a little bit on the structure of things. I'll have the whole structure posted in the next week or two, long before we get to March and April. But I want to see how the learning part goes in the first couple of months, and how I can best support you once we get later into the semester. Hopefully that gives you an idea of the basic structure of the course and how it's going to work and how it's going to be organized over the course of the semester. I'll have a couple of announcements posted for you here in the next day or two, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, as we get into the week. And I'll be posting the first Zoom session for my other 099 class, where I'll go over the same stuff that's on here this Wednesday. I'll have that available to you. In the meantime, if you have questions before Wednesday, or especially after the first Zoom session on Wednesday, just be in touch with me and I'll be happy to try to answer anything I can for you, or help you any way I can. The main thing I want to emphasize is this is a learning support course. I'm very oriented and focused on the support part of that. My goal is for everybody, all of you guys who see this video, to succeed and get the grade that you want in English 1101. So if you have questions, be in touch with me. Otherwise, welcome to spring 2021. Thanks.